Hey y'all. Okay. Today is November 19th, and today is Wednesday, November 19th. It is 12:29 p.m. and I wrote this today. Well, I actually wrote this. Let me see what I'm getting ready to speak of. I wrote this I think on the 27th. No, I don't know. But I just rewrote it from my phone to this paper at 11:55. But anyway, this was something that I spoke into my phone to myself. But I wrote it down on this paper for every woman in waiting. And the title of this message is To the Woman in Waiting. To the Woman in Waiting. And I wanted to rearrange it to where it's not just me encouraging myself, but it's me encouraging you. But then I got to a place in it where it sounded like the Lord talking to you. And you'll understand what I mean when I get there. The title of this message is To the Woman in Waiting. You've waited for so many years to be a wife. A lot of those years were spent when things didn't happen when you'd like for them to, with some who you thought would be the one or just a good candidate. You would start to think that you were the problem or something was wrong with you, or even question God, why aren't I good enough? So you never stop to think or realize that it's nothing wrong with you, but all is right with you. That God sees to the point where his protection was and had to be your rejection from others who you would have later on down the line regretted. God had and has bigger plans for you. God had and has bigger plans for us. We would not have ever recognized it then, but we need to come to recognize it now, that what God has for you and me has to somehow resemble the will that he has placed on our life, the purpose and direction that he has us going in. Our mate has to be aligned with the will that God has for you and me to do, as well as the will of the man God has for us, which could never come to full bloom had you been with the wrong one at the right or wrong time. Of us not being fully mature in heart, God's delay and sometimes prolonged process is not a denial. It's a hold up. Just wait a second. I need to make sure that all is well. This is right before I give it to you. What it is that you want and need, I have to make sure everything is laid and in position so that when you walk into what I have for you, all you have to do is get to work at what it is that I've willed for you and this man to do for my glory and the growth of my kingdom. There is nothing wrong with you. I repeat, there is nothing wrong with you. But all that is right with you in God's eyes, and he protects it until it's time, till the right time for you to unbox it. Because had he given it to you before you were ready, you wouldn't have known what to do with it anyway. To the woman in waiting, don't worry, it will happen. So I pray that this message gets to who it needs to get to, because the waiting season and preparation season, and sometimes isolation season, process that leads up to one coming into the marriage that God has for them, can be a lonely one. It can be a tiring one. It can be a frustrating one. But we have to understand that as women, that this is for women, but as people, period, waiting on a marriage that God is putting together, God has to make sure that your heart is right, that your hearts are aligned with his purpose and his will. A lot of us, a lot of times, look at the outward appearance of us being ready for marriage, but God looks at what's in the heart to determine if we're ready for marriage. And not just marriage, but the assignment that he has on our life with our partner. So I just wanted to encourage you to understand that, first of all, you're not in this wait alone, because there's so many other men and women in waiting too. Two, that God has not forgotten about you, and that as you wait and allow him to prepare you, this thing will happen. But it will happen when God says it's ready to happen, and not when you think that you're ready for it to happen. God has not forgotten about you, nor has he forgotten about me. And you have to come to a place where God is the only thing that matters. Yes, it'll be a thought, but you cannot allow yourself to idolize being married, because you have to understand, as well as myself, God is our husband. He's our life partner. He will be there when your husband is not there. He will be there all the time. He'll be there when your husband there and when he's not there. He's your Siamese twin. He's there no matter what. So love on the husband that you already have before you get the husband that he has for you. And I hope you caught that. Love on the husband that you already have. Love on the wife that you already have. So that when he gives you the one that he has for you, that you too can love them the way that God loves you.